Dang. Call me so I can make it juicy for you.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Welcome to episode number 3 of Unranked to Masters. Today the matchups are going to be, I believe, Kane, Briar, and Lilia. We won one, lost one, and then won the one on the back end. We are still in silver to plat MMR. I've got some people that are like, guys, I had a comment on my last video that are like, guys, this guy's not playing on his main account. This build sucks. Guys, it's an Unranked to Masters. The point of this series is to provide educational content to people that are not Masters rank or above. If you are looking for Masters content or above, please head over to twitch.tv/WilliefknP or click onto another video on this YouTube channel because I upload that content all the time. This is meant to show people how to carry, specifically how to carry with full damage Tiger Udyr, because it's a very different playstyle and there's not a whole lot of content creators out there that make this type of content. So that is the point of these videos. All right, so looking at enemy team, let's go ahead and pause real quick. Against Kane, your game plan is usually to power farm. Kane is a very obnoxious champion. I don't like invading Kane. I know a lot of people advise you to invade an early game Kane to try and shut him down. My best advice is literally just power farm because if you fall behind against Kane, it's really bad. Kane players will tend to cheese you on your Raptors early game. In fact, I think we literally see him try and go for a late invade here. Let's see if he goes for it. Yep, so always check your Raptors. If you're not starting your Raptors, go ahead and at least ward it. This game, despite having a Gwen top, Gwen is a split pusher. If we look at the enemy team comp, they've got a Twitch, a Katarina, and a Shen. They're going to be clumped fighting as 5 at all times. For that reason, I think Dragons are a better start. This is, just going to be another boring game of Raptor start. I do Raptor start all the time. Once again, I say this, and all of these videos, I have an advanced clearing guide if you guys want to know how to get this clear down to as fast as possible. I'll break it down auto attack by auto attack so you can get that information live. So we just saw Kane gank mid with 12 CS. We also saw him cross over, and now he's going to his bot side. So we know Kane is bot. He started blue, and our mid just died. He also got himself a nice kill, and Katarina Snowball is starting. From my standpoint as jungle, I've got to be very careful fighting for bot crab. They've got a Twitch and a Katarina and a Kane. So going for bot crab here is actually quite scary. I'm going to make sure to sit in this bush and not really show anything. I'm afraid, in my opinion, of the Kane and the Twitch. Instead, I decided to run straight bot. We know Kane is bot, so my job is to essentially just beat him to the gank. And then, of course, zone him off. We end up getting a kill on the enemy support. This was an interesting, I'm going to rewatch this because this was an interesting decision from me. Normally I sit in this bush and I wait, but I think, let me see how Katarina played it. Usually what I do here is I wait to see the game state. Was Katarina low on health? Yes, she was. Okay. So she cleared the wave and then she was going back to base. That was my prediction for Katarina. So with Katarina going back to base, that explains why I ran bot. If Katarina was full health and she had already spent gold or something, I would not have ever walked out into river. But knowing that she was going back to base, that makes sense. We run bot to try and help the bot lane here. Okay, gotcha. We go for crab here. We know that once again Kane is bot, so I'm helping them try and push it in. We end up dying, which is not great, I think. How did I end up dying here? Let me see this. Hold on. Looks like we killed Kane, question mark. So we kill Kane and I get executed. All right, so there's a cheeky death there. All right, with me respawning, we're running to Raptors and Krugs. It's been a while since I played this game. This is over a week old. Sorry if I'm not doing that, if I don't remember all these details. We go straight to Crab. We're looking to fight the Kane. Don't get it. We go to Raptors. At this point, we're just going to keep doing a Raptor start. Look top. This is pretty gankable. You could come top here, and in fact, I was thinking about diving it here. I think instead, with all this pressure top lane, I actually break off my full clear just to U-turn and come to the Void Grubs. We're so far ahead that these are pretty guaranteed. Once again, I was playing for Dragon, but with how much pressure we had in this exact moment, these are pretty free Rift Grubs. I'm also stronger than Kane, so I'm comfortable with the Udyr versus Kane matchup to go for that. This is an interesting gank path you can do. If you ever see the enemy top laner start shoving in with no health, if they ever cross river or get to river, this is one of my favorite gank paths is Udyr, because if they try and CC you under tower, you can awaken E, and you can also just charge through it. That's what literally led to the kill. I bet Shin had no idea where we came from there, which is incredible. Let me actually see. Where was his vision? He didn't have any vision, so it's really good. We reset. We're just farming. We have a full clear coming up. I'm ignoring the Twitch because, once again, I've got a full clear. We're just catching the wave on our way through the full clear because I know I've got 600 gold in the jungle. There's another solo kill on top, which is great. At this point, top, it's winning on its own. We look top. I'm honestly okay not going top there just because I think if I do, we'll die. We're going to loop back around. Shin's alone. I don't know if we actually can end up killing a Shin. We do. What are our items? We've got a Phage. That's the movement speed. At this point, we're giving her the turret plate, which is making up for the fact that I took her minion wave. We've got hex plate, and now let the fun begin. I talked about this a lot in the last video, but once you get your hex plate spike, you're really looking to just power farm. Power farm, power farm, power farm, power farm, duel if you can. We're going on spawn for these rift grubs with the pressure that our top laner has. Once again, if you get the first round of grubs, I think that going for the second round of the grubs is really good. We're going for the Raptors alongside our Krugs to finish off the full clear, and I imagine we're either counter-ganking this or going back to base. We go ahead and take the minion wave. Always look for opportunities to take minion waves. They're worth quite a bit of gold, and let the gas begin. We're going for armor boots this game because they have 3 AD champions. Katarina does quite a bit of physical damage as well, so we like the armor in of itself there. And now we're just farming. Looking to just continue the farm here, continue the trend of power farm, power farm, power farm. If this is boring to you, it should be boring. Winning is a boring thing. Losing oftentimes is fun and more of a roller coaster because the games are more fun. Winning is a very controlled game of taking all your camps and using your dead time to gank, clearing one quadrant at a time, make a decision about what to do, move to the next quadrant. It's a very strategic, methodical approach to the game, and it's why I love Tiger Udyr. It's less variance. You got to rely less on your teammates, which is a great thing. People complain about the fact that this build doesn't scale as well as Phoenix. Of course it doesn't. You're selfish. You're playing for yourself, and you're playing to snowball and play for your own tempo. Of course, if you're playing for yourself, it's not going to be as good as a build that's naturally better for playing for teammates, right? Phoenix tank Udyr soaks cooldowns from the enemy team, which helps your team. I'm playing to kill the enemy ADC, right? Completely different mindset, completely different play style. I had a comment, that was talking, you need so much gold and farm to make this build work. Yeah, that's why we're rushing power farm items. Like, experimental hexplate makes you farm faster than pretty much everybody. You can keep, at this point, you're probably at experimental hexplate, you're on the same level as Faded Ashes junglers. Once you get Spear of Shojin, you're cracked farming faster than anybody in the game, Shyvana included. That's why it works. It helps you do it, you know what I mean? Once you get those 2 items, you just farm into your next 3 items like it's nothing. Plus, another thing that's really fun about this season, notice how we're just still farming, is that games are longer, people. You've got more time to farm in this patch than we did in last patch. Just keep farming. My teammates are dying. You notice how they're taking terrible fights where we're outnumbered and they keep dying? Notice I just show up to the clean fights when my camps are on cooldown and take the free kills, and now I'm back to farming. Take the dragon while my top side camps are on cooldown, then clear the bot side, spin gold while my top side are cooldown, eat the top side now while my entire camps are on cooldown, go mid, gank mid, go do the Baron, probably get the red buff reset, go eat my bot side camps on the way to push into bot lane, right? Like, it's a very methodical, keep going, keep going, keep going. At this point, since we've got Baron, we will break off the full clear and use the Baron buff, and this one's kind of over. But that was this game. As you can see, it's a very easy win there. Nothing really fancy. Very, very nice, clean game. Now let's take a look at the first loss on the account. If you guys are wondering what happens, I often explain as junglers, nobody is immune to trolls, soft enters, AFKers, or otherwise really bad teammates, right? Pardon me. Let me take a sip of water real quick. But how this works is we can watch this game as much as you guys want. I can talk about what I didn't do, left, right, up, down. I'm just going to go ahead and skip to this point in the game. And let's take a look at Nyla. Let's just take a look at Nyla, speed it up. So I'm still going to have a silver lining to this because everybody gets soft-ented, okay? Everybody gets soft-ented. I get this in Grandmasters lobbies, I get this in Challenger lobbies, I get this in Bronze lobbies, and I get this on fresh Unranked to Masters accounts, right? This Nyla at some point decided to start running down the map and start everything. I don't know when it was. I think she died, and that was it. That was the last death. And then check out Nyla's items. She went ahead and did the classic, just rush boots, run around the map, and die. The point of this, though, is to show you guys that this happens to everybody, and the best thing you can do is just put your chin forward and keep going. The next time this happens to you, just literally roll your eyes, report the player, move on. Keep in your head, you are literally above this. Don't give in. Don't react to this person. This person just gets put on blast. Her account will be banned. She'll never reach the rank she wants to because she's got a terrible attitude towards winning. And it happens to everybody. So don't be afraid to let these things, you're allowed to get mad at them. You're allowed to get upset at them. Just remember, they happen to the best of us. And, quite literally, don't let it affect the rest of your climb. So that's the next game, is what it is. I don't want to spend any more time analyzing that game because it was honestly a very good game up until Nyla deciding to do that. We had a feeding mid laner and a Nyla that decided to do that. This game, we are loaded into one of my least favorite matchups, which is Lilia. Lilia is very, very hard for Tiger. I actually have a matchup guide for her on this channel if you do want to watch it. That being said, Lilia is very hard for Udyr because she can kite you and she scales very well. She's also a Faded Ashes jungler. Looking at our team versus their team, frankly, I think I want to go bot with a Heimerdinger Nautilus. We've got a Heimerdinger Nautilus, which is really good against Pyke Draven, if you don't know. Because think about it. Draven tries to catch axes. Nautilus and Heimerdinger can throw a stun, put down a turret. Pyke tries to disengage, and they've got giant turrets. It's really, really good for that combo. So I'm pathing bot. Frankly, Rift Grubs are better to take away from the enemy team. Draven likes Rift Grubs, and Volibear is a split pusher, loves Rift Grubs. Nobody on our team, outside of me and Zed, really uses Rift Grubs that well. But I do think taking it away from the Volibear is still worth it. This is a play-by-ear game. I'm just going to do my standard Raptor start, but you can really path to whatever lane you want. That being said, I always get early game wards up against the Lilia just because I really, really, really hate having to deal with Lilia players invading me. This is a critical ward against hard jungler matchups like Lilia. We're doing a Raptor start, pathing to bot. Notice how my bot lane has crashed in. We are essentially just shadowing them here. I just don't want Lilia to gank this. We cross through mid and we go for the double crab. We get a 2 crab start. Raptor hit our level 5, and just like that, we go top. Cho'Gath gets first blood on his own. We reset. We run bot. See how all my games kind of look the exact same? Consistency is everything when you're trying to climb, and this is a very consistent way to start your games. At this point, we're doing our level 5 camps, and now I'm just doing a dragon. You know, if I was on blue side, I would have done a Raptor start, probably been up at Grubs. You know, just do your camps, get to the first objective, and start it. At this point, we see the enemy jungler here. Let me change the fog of war here, because I remember this was a decision we had to make, all right? We see Lilia here, and we're on the dragon. What do you do, right? What do you do? In my opinion, it is better to finish the dragon if it is important. This gives me slow resistance and movement speed, which is huge against the enemy team. If you don't know, Pyke has a lot of slows. Lilia's built around slows. Volibear's got slows. Even Draven's E slows you. So this is a really good dragon. I decide here to go for the dragon because I think it will help my team out more than it will hurt them in the long run. And then we just cross straight over. Normally, I go into my camps, but since we've got a Cho'Gath that is doing very well against the enemy top laner, we've got a Zed that can pretty much kill the Udyr if he comes into the river. I go straight to the dragon. We're just playing for objectives. We get the first round of grubs. We get the first dragon. And at this point, after we get the 2 objectives, I talk about this a lot at stream, but here's a good analogy someone wants to explain to me. When you're farming your camps, you're collecting tempo chips, okay? When you go for a gank or when you go for an objective, you're cashing those chips in. I just cashed in 2 tempo chips in a row, okay? I did a dragon and grubs right back to back. At this point, I've blown in. I'm all in, baby. and it worked because I got both. But I need to start collecting more chips before I can start making more wagers, because if I die to Lilia right now and she takes away a full quadrant from me, I will be so far behind. So at this point, we've got to collect more tempo chips. We're holding on. Looks like I end up dying. This is a huge mistake. Frankly, this is a huge mistake. I should have kept farming, and hopefully Lilia punishes my dumb butt for doing that there. This game, I think I actually ended up only going 2-2 because we got lucky with our laners. They were kind of winning on their own. But this is a game where it goes to show, like, I should have died. Lilia should have taken my entire quadrant. That should have been a 600 gold swing, and that would have been terrible, terrible for me. Is what it is. More like an 1,000 gold swing. But we got lucky. She ended up taking our camps. If you are on the opposite side of this play ever, of course, you should absolutely try and invade. I still don't have Hexplate, so I'm still not really farming that well. We're putting the pink ward down just to see where Lilia is. This is not a very good pink ward. I prefer this pink ward or in this bush because they usually don't check this bush. At this point, we run straight bot because we've got downtime. We're helping them crash in. Great. Getting some turret plates, and then we're probably going to either do dragon or full clear up because I've got a linear clear coming up. I die again bot lane, so that is like devastating from a jungle standpoint. I was already behind in tempo, and now I am super far behind. On stream, I'm sure I was talking and panicking because I'm like, farm, 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 farm is all I can do. Right, so that's exactly what we're doing. Even with this up, I have to farm because I am out of tempo chips, and we have to get our camps on respawn. Now we're going for this even before the crab. The reason why you do this before the crab, because I don't know where Lilia is, and frankly, I want to get this off the map. Now that we get this off the map, we're looking to cross over, crash in mid lane with my Zed who just died, take as much turret damage as we can. We're looking for dragon, but I'm not going to commit to this. If I see them walk over or try and stop it, I most likely will leave. We get Nautilus to come help us, and we're good to go here. Pike and Draven start to fall off the more items you get on Udyr, which is really good. We go in, we cash in. I finally get Ninja Tab as an item. And at this point, I need to just keep farming. We end up blowing Flash, which is fine because we traded Flash with somebody else. It's not ideal, but you got to do what you got to do. We're farming. This is actually a very sloppy game, and I got a lot to think about before we go into our next games on this account because this is a pretty sloppy game. I got to clean up my tempo, but to be fair, at this point in the stream, I had been streaming for like 13, 14 hours, so I was really, really tired. And I can tell because my decision-making wasn't very clean this game. Going for Rift Herald, once again, past 17 minutes is my preferred time to take Rift Herald, especially when you're behind because it helps you get Baron plays and engage for Baron fights if you want to use it as an engage tool. We're farming, looking for Spear of Shojin, but frankly, I'm going to pause. I'm not the carry this game. We have 3 winning lanes. I've got a winning top, winning bot, winning mid. I'm just farming and trying not to die. That's all I really care about. So as far as I'm concerned, that's my only job at this point. Farm, don't die, set up vision, try and catch the enemy jungler. There we get Lilia's R. We pop the Awaken R so I don't get put to sleep, which is great. And then we just keep moving around the map. We'll come back down for the 3rd dragon here. Cho'Gath is doing great. The enemy, Udyr, is 8-1, so the only person I can really die to is Udyr, so I'll probably consider picking up a Maw after this, considering it's a Lilia Udyr. Their Draven's really far behind, their Volibear's really far behind, so at this point, we are good to go, and we're just going to continue. The tempo, once you've got Experimental Hexplate, just keep farming. And at this point, we're taking items away. We're probably got Shojin, and then the power farming begins. Thankfully, my team got me to my 2-item spike. We can continue to watch if you want, but same story as always. Power farm, power farm, power farm. Look for free kills. Take camps away. We killed the Udyr, get the Baron. And then we win the game. I don't want to watch too much more of this game. Take her camps on spawn, take her camps on spawn, go up, take my camps on spawn, and NASCAR loop around the map, spin gold, cash in, come to Dragon Soul, get Dragon Soul, win game. I got really lucky this game. That 3rd game was very sloppy. The 2nd game we got into, I'm sure I was tilted off of that. The best thing I did last game was stop dying and let my team carry me, which frankly is still a really good contribution if you are the reason your team could potentially lose. Stop being selfish and just let your team carry you, and stop trying to fight is sometimes a skill that some players need to develop. It is what it is. I've got a lot to work on, but those are those 3 games. Thank you so much for watching. I will batch another one of these on Thursday. This will probably be coming out on Tuesday morning. And then if you want to see me play live, make sure to head over to twitch.tv/WilliefknP. And I will also, if you want to see high elo content, that will be the best place to see it alongside random videos we upload throughout the week. This is going to be Unranked Masters. We're playing in Gold MMR. We're eventually going to start pushing into Plat, Emerald, Diamond. So if you want that content, stay tuned. It's coming up very soon here, and excited to get it to you. But thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Dang! Call me so I can make it juicy for ya.